Hello everybody, and welcome to a Modern Horizons draft here on the channel. This is one that I'm super proud of. I think I navigated the draft well, and the matches were epic as a result of having a good deck. I think that it really shows you what type of decks you're trying to draft in the format and how those decks tend to play out. So I'm really happy with this one. Before I dive in, though, I want to remind you to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel to join our community, and click that bell icon if you want to get notifications whenever I post new videos. Also, leave a comment in the comment section down below if you have any questions about the draft or the gameplay at all. I love interacting with all you folks. You guys are wonderful, and leave a comment if you have any questions because I'd love to answer them. If you are going to be buying cards like Modern Horizons or Modern Horizons packs or boxes, be sure to use the affiliate link that is in the description and also in the pinned comment. It does give back to the channel and help support the content I'm making, and if you would like to directly support the channel, be sure to consider supporting us over on patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. There will be a link in the description and in the pinned comment as well. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the draft, and I think it was a great one. Okie doke, so in this pack we have a lot of really good cards. I think the best card in this pack, so looking at this pack, the best common is, so there's Forest. The best common is the Springbloom Druid, and then probably the Fairy Seer, just because Springbloom Druid is super powerful in the blue-green snow decks, in the red-green land decks. Overall, though, I think the uncommons are really where it's at, and even the rares to some degree. Force of Virtue is pretty good, but I don't like it as much as I did at the beginning of the format. You can sometimes get value out of it, and it works really well with cards like Battle Screech, but you don't get a lot of Battle Screeches. And overall, I think that because of that, you don't really want to just take Force of Virtue. You kind of rather avoid the white cards if you can. Battle Screech is actually a card I would take over Force of Virtue, but over both of those, I'm going to take Watcher for Tomorrow, just because Watcher for Tomorrow is just a fantastic card. It's very good in the Ninjas deck. It's very good in like any blue deck. It just doesn't really need a ton of help. Battle Screech is also very powerful, but blue is better than white, so we're just going to take the Watcher for Tomorrow and be pretty happy about that. Now, I don't know why Crashing Footfalls got passed, but this card is absolutely bestial. Blue-green is a fine place to be in the format. They took an uncommon over it, so I guess there's a decent number of good uncommons, but I think Crashing Footballs is probably better than almost every single uncommon. I don't have them all memorized off the top of my head, but this card is very good. If you play it on turn 1, you're just very favored to win that game. Other cards in this pack that are noteworthy are the Pyrophobia. This is the common I would take out of this pack if Crashing Footfalls weren't here. But I think Crashing Footfalls is good enough on turn 1 that it's worth playing. And even later in the game, you can still sometimes get there because Suspend 4 is not all that long. And 2 4/4s for one card is just super good. So we're going to be taking this here over the Pyrophobia and maybe see this as a green signal. Okay, and now we see, looking at this pack, the best common in the set, Mana War. It goes with our Watcher for Tomorrow. You can even bounce Watcher for Tomorrow with your Mana War. So Mana War is the easy pick out of this pack. Morphon the Boundless is a not very good card. Like, you can sometimes get a couple things +1/+1, but it's just too expensive. 7 drops are just not where you want to be, whereas Mana War is exactly where you want to be in this set. If we can go Crashing Footfalls into Watcher for Tomorrow into Mana War, we're going to be in very happy shape. After the Mana War, we would take the Magmatic Sinkhole. Keep in mind, I'm seeing a bit of a red signal, but I'm also passing a red signal to the person on my left, so maybe red won't be that open pack 2 because Pack 3, I mean, because I think the 2 cards that the person on my left probably took out of those previous packs are Pyrophobia and Magmatic Sinkhole. Now, that is not going to stop me from moving into red because it's still going to be open for me the rest of this pack and Pack 3, but that's something to keep in mind. And now there is a String of Disappearances. Another cheap interactive spell is exactly where I want to be. It solidifies me into one color. It keeps me blue. Pondering Mage is a powerful card, but I think 5 drops are way more replaceable than the cheap removal interactive spells. And I definitely want to take a blue card here because I don't have a real reason to like move out of it. I could take this Settle Beyond Reality, which is a powerful card. I could take a Spiteful Sliver, which is also like decent, but I don't really have a reason to abandon blue. String of Disappearances is one of the best blue commons, just because cheap interaction is where you want to be in this set, and pretty happy to get a string here. Now we can pick up a Moonblade Shinobi. Again, we're basically mono blue at this point. We don't have to commit to green. We don't have to commit to anything here. And Moonblade Shinobi is just a good card in blue decks. Works insanely well with Watcher for Tomorrow. Works really well with Mana War too, because Mana War can help you keep getting in hits. And overall, I think we're seeing red as our secondary color. We now see an Igneous Elemental, but there's also an Unearth here. But Moonblade Shinobi definitely my pick here. Now this is a bit of a tricky pick because if we were really feeling like speculating onto a Ninja's deck, we could take Smoke Shroud, but I think Windcaller Aven is actually just better because it gives you like a one-shot use of a Smoke Shroud, but it's also just better in other decks in general. Like if I wanted to move into Red-Blue, which is a color combination that seems relatively open to me, I could take I can use Windcaller Aven in that deck to get trigger my draw 2 in one turn card. So I'm gonna take the Windcaller Aven here, and I think I'm seeing mostly red or potentially black, like maybe a Ninjas type deck, but we haven't really seen a ton of black cards. Another Smoke Shroud here. I'm going to take this as another signal point for potentially moving into Ninjas, but another String of Disappearances is a fine addition as well. I like having 2 copies of this card. It's just a really nice effect. There is also a Mother Bear, which could solidify me towards green. It is a nice 2-drop after all, and maybe it is worth taking Mother Bear over the second String of Disappearances. It could just be that the packs didn't have green. Green is generally a snow deck, though, rather than just a tempo aggro deck. So I'm hesitant to move in that direction. I think I'm just going to take String and stay super flexible. Okay, and now this pack doesn't really give me much to work with. There are not a ton of insane cards. Excavating Aneroid's okay. Nantuko Cultivator's okay. I think here we're going to take Headless Spectre because it does work decently with my other cards. It could potentially hedge me into Ninjas. I don't really want to hedge into White-Blue. White-Blue is one of the weaker color combinations in the set. Excavating Aneroid and Nantuko Cultivator aren't insane or anything, so we'll just take the Spectre and see what happens. And now there's a Choking Tethers, another card that I like, keeps me mono blue, and just a fine option. Scavenger's also a decent option, but I think we're just, now that we're wheeling cards, we can kind of get a sense for what is open. Lava Dart pretty late. I like main decking the first copy of this. Again, Crashing Footfalls is really good, but we don't really have to commit to anything yet, so we'll just take the Lava Dart and stay open. And now there's a Thornado. There's also a Segovian Angel if you want to get super aggressive. I think we'll just take the Angel. We'll take Thornado. Thornado is a fine sideboard card if we do end up green. And now we're seeing some late stuff. We're seeing a Web Weaver changing super late. We're seeing a Winding Way super late. I think I'm actually going to take the Winding Way just because Web Weaver is kind of expensive, kind of clunky, and Winding Way can really fuel your deck in many cases. Now we'll take the Sand Sprinter. Actually, we'll just take the Elvish Fury. It's looking like green-blue is where we're going to end up, but we're kind of in a green-blue spot that's not normal. We don't really have any snow synergies, so I'm really looking to potentially move into really any color combination still here. I have 7 great blue cards that can really just fuel anything. Another Force of Virtue. What's the last card? It's the Plains. There is a Savage Swipe, which is one of the best removal spells in the set. It's great common. So I could take these Savage Swipe. I don't really like Scale Up in this style of deck because my cards are already kind of evasive and I'm more of a tempo style deck. Here I'd rather get the Savage Swipe because it is excellent tempo. And then I could maybe wheel a Frost Wall up, start getting some snow stuff. I think Savage Swipe is the pick here because, and I'm kind of regretting not having that Mother Bear now, but I do still have the String, which is still a good card. And now Bellowing Elk is fine. There's also a Hollowhead Sliver, which is a fine option as well. There's a Mob if I wanted to move into blue-black a little bit. I think Elk is enough worse than Hollowhead Sliver that it's worth taking the Hollowhead Sliver. Hollowhead Sliver is just a nice, real nice card for a blue-red draw cards deck. I could maybe wheel Fist of Flame or Spinehorn Minotaur. I think the person to my left might be in red, though, because I've passed a ton of red cards. There is a Mob here, so they passed that to me, which might mean black is open. Maybe I just take the Mob here and move towards blue-black Ninjas. I think this is a close pick here. Hollowhead Sliver is quite nice for the synergies with draw a card that matters. I already have a good setup for that type of deck. But then there's also, I mean, I don't think this is worth taking. I think it's between Hollowhead and Mob. I don't think Scour is on the same power level. What do I think is more open? I think that I didn't really, I think the person on my left, we're going to take Hollowhead Sliver. I think we might get hooked up. And now I think we'll take a, so there's a there's a Azra Smoke Shaper for potential Ninjas deck. There's also a Changing Outcast, Fairy Seer. These are all cards that are appealing to me right now. There's also Eye-Kite. I think Eye-Kite is the most flexible of these because it works well with my Choking Tethers. Could move into this blue-red draw cards deck. But then again, Fairy Seer is probably going to be good in any of these decks as well. It's really close between Kite and Fairy Seer. I'm just going to take the Fairy Seer here. Cheaper play. Gets me on the board. Ooh, now there's an Abominable Tree Folk, moving me back towards a snow deck. This card is quite good. Seeing 1/4 pick really could just be a signal. I do have some good green cards already, and I think this is worth moving in on. There is also a snow-covered island, but we are just going to take the Abominable Tree Folk here and try to draft this snow deck, I guess. It's hard to figure out what lane we're supposed to be in here. Now there's a Winter's Rest, but there's also a Snow-Covered Forest, and I think if we are going to start picking up Snow Matters cards, we're going to need this Snow-Covered Forest. We already have a lot of early interaction, but getting a Snow-Covered Forest to power up our Tree Folk and power up future Winter's Rest type cards is important. So we've been kind of bobbing and weaving a lot here, but I think we finally settled into a blue-green deck. With 3 green cards like this, it's going to be hard to move us off. And now there's a Chiller Pillar. There's also Rime Tender, which is a pretty clear pickup here from this pack. If we do end up in a snow deck, we're going to want all the snow we can get, and we already have 1 snow land to go with the Rime Tender. Another late mob, but I don't think we're really in that vein right now. There's also an Oneirophage if we had not committed to snow yet, but I think at this point, with another Rime Tender, with another snow permanent, we're going to want to start committing to a 2-color combination, and I think that combination is going to be snow. Pack 1, we did see a lot of blue and green, and it just so happened that there weren't the snow cards, but I think we're going to get there on snow, and we're going to get there overall as well. So let's make these a little bit smaller. And a Moonblade Shinobi, nice pickup here. We have a pretty good Moonblade Shinobi deck because we have a Fairy Seer, we have Windcaller Raven to help it get through, a couple 2-drops, some Mana War, so I'm really liking this Moonblade Shinobi pickup. I'm glad we picked that Fairy Seer. I'm counting the Windcaller Raven as a 1-drop. And ambitiously going to call... I'm just going to put the ninjas on the side because they don't really count in the same way as a curve. And this is a 2-drop. I don't really count that for my curve either. See, these are the cards that I don't really count as my curve, for my curve. Astral Drift, pretty late. I guess we'll take a Weather the Storm. We've seen a lot of good black this pack, which makes me suspect that the guy passing to me is in black, because that would make sense with our pack 1, and also makes me glad that I didn't get into black here. We're just going to take the Weather the Storm for aggressive matchup potentially. Scale Up came back. That could be really nice. There's also Frostwalk Bastion. We're just going to take the Frostwalk Bastion. We're going to need more snow stuff. And even though we have a ton of colored mana symbols, getting more snow lands is always good. And this can just be really powerful as a creature land. And Scale Up is fine, but I think in our deck we're just going to want to... We're a little bit behind on the snow counter, essentially. And so we're going to want to pick up those snow lands whenever we can. And that's a pretty low cost time to pick one up. Now there's a snow-covered mountain, or we can just take a Bellowing Elk. I think we kind of don't want to play off-colored snowlands at this point, so I think we're just going to take the Bellowing Elk, much as it pains me. This is really not where I want to be. I'm just going to take the mountain. And now Anurid, Twin Silk Spider. Tribute Mage is probably better, just in case we do see a Manticore. Okay, so we've settled into our deck. We've got a decent spot here. We're looking for Spring Bloom Druids. We're looking for snow payoffs, like Abominable Tree Folks. And I think pack 3 is going to be good to us. Also just more 2-drops and Fairy Seers to combo with our 2 Moonblade Shinobis. We would definitely happily play a second Fairy Seer. Fairy Seer, of course, also can scry away Crashing Footfalls in the mid-game, so we don't have to draw that. And, well, shoot. Well, we can't play this. We're so far away from white, it's comical. But then the rest of this pack is also interesting, because there's a Saddled Rhymestag, which is another snow permanent. That's also just excellent. And then there's a Arkham's Astrolabe, which could allow us to play our snow-covered mountain. And then there's the Spring Bloom Druid that we specifically asked for. Huh. I think I'm just going to take the Rhymestag because we really need 2-drops and this card is insane. But Druid is excellent as well. So, tough to say for sure. Staggy is a homie, I agree, Adam. Whoa, my gosh. Future Sight. I don't think we can play Future Sight in this deck. I think we just... Wow, do we take another Rhyme Stag, or do we take a Mana War here? Huh, I don't think there's a Future Sight pickup. This is a really tough pick here, because Rhyme Stag gives us a 4th 2-drop. It's just really a powerful card. It's also Snow. And then Mana War is just really good as well. I think we're going to take the Rhyme Stag. It's a Snow permanent. Snow permanents go in the Snow deck really well. Powers up our Tree Folk. We can untap it with Rhyme Tender. Oh man, it's a real shame to pass this Mana War. Future Sight's also a kind of bummer to pass. But I think we have to. Is there any chance that we could just take Future Sight here? I don't think so. We're too focused on our primary game plan, kind of. I think we gotta take the Rhyme Stag. We need more 2-drops. And another Rhyme Stag. Once you take one Rhyme Stag, you just gotta take them all. There's so many Rhyme Stags. 3 Rhyme Stags just really powers up our deck a ton. There's a Hogak, but we aren't on a Hogak spot. And triple Rhyme Stag is quite nice. There's also Winter's Rest and Snookered Forest. It is not Phantom, but Hogak's not worth that much. And we've kind of transitioned into just a straight up green beatdown deck, and Trumpeting Herd is going to be great in this deck. Yeah, just absolutely real good. Double triggers our Rhyme Stag, so easy pick up there. Another Savage Swipe. This deck is really coming together nicely. Oh my gosh. We've got 4 Rhyme Stags. This deck is nuts. I don't think I'm going to play Frostwalk Bastion. I don't really have enough snow payoffs for it to be worth it. Abominable Tree Folk is going to be fine size anyway. Winter's Rest is actually going to be good just because I have Rhyme Stags, so I'm going to take that. Oh gosh, so I don't really want the 3rd string of disappearances. I think Scale Up is a fine pickup here. I Kite, because I have a decent number of ways to draw cards. How many ways do I have to draw? I have... This isn't one. We're not playing this thing. Yeah, I guess I don't have all that many ways to draw cards. So I Kite's out. We don't really want a 3rd string, I don't think. So I think it's up to down to Scale Up here. Yeah, we're just going to take 3rd string. A string is just a fine, real good card. I guess we'll take Spell Snuff for the sideboard. We got a Talisman, but I don't really like Talisman. We'll take it, though. 3rd string. At this point, I've already forgotten what I took string over because I'm kind of... Yeah, we already got... Yeah. Over... Okay, we're going to do another Winter's Rest here. We took it over Scale Up. I don't like Scale Up all that much. We kind of just would rather just interact early, I think. And String of Disappearances, having 3 bounce spells is a lot, but we have a decent number of ways to utilize it super well. We can even bounce our own creatures. And there's a decent number of tokens, and there's just good value to be had. So it looks like this is our deck right now. We could play Winding Way, but it doesn't really have a ton of good hits. Like if we name, when you play Winding Way, you want to have a ton of creatures to be able to name creature and hit them, or because then if you have like 18 creatures, you hit like a good number. You hit like almost 2 creatures. Stream of Thought's a fine pickup for the sideboard. I think I definitely want to just be playing. I don't really want to be playing the Frostwalk Bastion. Even though I have double Winter's Rest, I can never activate it, and I think the build I have is good. I might want to play Elvish Fury, because I'm such a beatdown-oriented deck. I could really punish people for like trying to double block a Rhyme Stag. Savage Swipe is excellent in my deck. This was a really good draft. Let's sort by color. Okay, so it's a very even split. I think I want to favor green slightly because I have this Trumpeting Herd and so many Rhyme Stags on 2. Let's sort by Converted Mana Cost again. What do I want to add? I think I might want to add Elvish Fury. I don't think I want the Winding Way. Elvish Fury is a card that I actively want to add. I think I'm going to add it over the 3rd string. Because it's also an interactive spell, but it works really well with my plan. And we have a decent number of creatures and stuff. And sort by color now. We're pretty much dead even, so we're just going to add 8 and 8. Convert mana cost. Save deck. And let's get to some matches. Okie doke, let's go first. And this is a great hand. We have our turn 1 Crashing Footfalls, which is really always a recipe for success. And then we have double saddled Rhyme Stag. So this is a pretty disgusting start, I'd say. Yeah, I think it definitely does depend on the pool as well. When we're trying to just kind of get there with saddled Rhyme Stags, I think it's probably okay. 3rd string is pretty good too, though. I don't know. Wow, this hand is going to be great if we draw even 1 land. Because once we get Trumpeting Herd down, we just have permanent 4/4s on the battlefield. Aw, not cool, bro. Island is great. Bottom, top. We are in a good spot here. Even though they've been using their removal, they're 1-for-1ing themselves. They don't have anything on board yet. And I should have attacked first, just in case they wanted to like try and Lava Dart this to prevent an Ninjutsu or something. So I'm going to add 11 power to the board next turn. Actually, significantly more. Because I'm also, not significantly more, but I'm also casting Mana War. We will Mana War your Orcish Hellraiser. And now they cannot even block my 3/3. That gets in for a decent amount of damage. And that should be game. That was a lot of damage. Holy smoke. So they have 2 Pyrophobias. So I'm kind of liking my Elvish Fury as a way to protect my guys. Do I want string against red-black? I'm going to try string over the Anurid. I think this is... This is a mulligan, I think. We have 5 lands. We don't use our lands all that well. And even though Watcher is good, Elvish Fury is one of our weaker cards. This hand is much better. And we will put a string to the bottom. This hand is far better. Far superior. Not drawing an island there is a little bit rough, but we still have 2 turns to draw an island. Actually 3 turns. Because the next turn we're doing Rhyme Stag, and then the turn after we're doing Rhyme Stag again. And then after that we kind of want an island. So we can cast Watcher to trigger both our Rhyme Stags. So if they have a Pyrophobia, they'll be able to kill our Rhyme Stag and hit us for 3. Also, getting rid of a string is a lot easier when you know you have 2 more in your deck to draw. But if they don't have Pyrophobia, we are in great shape, especially if we draw an island. Because then we can protect from Pyrophobia. And they have to have an untapped land as well, which is fairly likely. But it makes it so that they have to have 2 cards instead of just 1. Because they could just have a tap land. Or a... yeah. So they have the Pyrophobia. Which is fine by me. Forest, not ideal. I will say that. I will admit it. Forest was not a good draw. And I think in light of that, we are actually going to trade here, because we can't afford to fall too far behind here. And also, we are looking for a land type that we don't have. So if we keep taking hit, if we're just trading damage, we can't keep up with that. Begard and Dragonheart is a fine one to Winter's Rest when we do find a snow-covered permanent, though we can't really... Yeah, we'll just keep it locked down if we draw an island. Sacrificing here would be a mistake. Vengeful Devil. Okay. I might have considered sacking the Vengeful Devil, but I don't know their hand. And Vengeful Devil plus a sack engine is pretty good. Just give me an island deck. We have this. Easy. It's rough. I think that's game. I don't think we can come back. Maybe we can. They're only hitting us for 3 a turn. And when we do draw an island, we'll just be able to tap down all their guys. It's just rough to not draw an island by turn 6. I guess we had like 5 or 6 draw steps. Heck yes. Got a winter's rest. Take a break and rest your eyes. Oh. I messed that up. I read the card backwards. Oh, this card is not very good in our deck at all. I mean, it's decent. Whoops. Actually, it's going to be fine. We have our second winter's rest. Moonblade Shinobi, we're just going to play it so we don't have to take an extra point of damage, and also because, yeah, we're going to start making our 1/1s as soon as possible. I don't know. It just seems like a fine play. We could have played Watcher. This is just pretty mana efficient. Okay, he sacked it. Oh gosh. Outplayed. Outplayed. Ouch. So we need to keep our guys on the board. That was just a brutal game, though. Winter's Rest is not very good in our deck. Actually, we have like a bunch of snow permanents. I don't know. That was just... I'm not going to judge the card based on that game, because that game was brutal from our perspective. We just couldn't hit an island. If we'd hit an island like 3 turns earlier, we would have crushed him. Ugh. Or at least I feel like we would have crushed him. We're going to sub out a Winter's Rest for a Tornado to kill the Begard and Dragonheart. If they do sacrifice. We can also do the combo cycle Windcaller even to give something flying and then kill it. I thought this card was the opposite. I thought it was the creature stays tapped. That's why only snow decks want it, I guess. But yeah, that game was not really... I'm not blaming our fault. I'm not really calling our deck out on that one. I mean, it was our deck. Our deck didn't draw islands. We have a 9-8 split, though. It's reasonable. Let's just start with Crashing Footfalls again. Oh, man. This is so rough. Come on, deck. We got the mulligan this. We can't cast any spells with this hand. This is a much better hand. Much better hand. We're going to get rid of Winter's Rest. And we can ninjutsu in our shinobi and then choking tethers whatever they go for. Hopefully that's how it's going to play out. Did I like Amonkhet or Ixalan more? I played Ixalan a lot more. So I'd say Ixalan, but Amonkhet was fun too. I enjoyed it. They have Fists of Flame, I think. I'm not blocking. Hopefully they do not have a Pyrophobia this time around. Nice. Creature. Arg. So we are going to pass turn here. We don't really want to trade this off. And then we will cycle our choking tethers to keep this thing tapped. Another Rhymestag is big news. Oh man, they didn't miss a land. Feels bad, man. Nice. Get it done, Rhymestag. Go, go, go. They don't have Pyrophobia. We're going to punish them. Punish them for no removal. And then we can Mana War their Hellraiser. If we draw a land this next turn, we're going to be in great shape. If we draw a land, we can go Mana War and then Rhymestag. And then the following turn, we can Shinobi. Or Mana War, maybe. Oh, they are in trouble if this is their attack. We are not blocking. Okay, so they did have the Pyrophobia. Land me. We're definitely going to attack with our 3/3. And then we will bounce their guy. Because they are choked on red mana too. Because we can maybe even Moonblade Shinobi our Mana War. I'm actually really liking the fact that I have 3 strings in this deck. Like, where I have 2 Shinobis and all these cheap interactive spells and stuff. I think it's going to be good. Yup, Hellraiser. Man, this is disgusting. Boom! We win the match. Nice. Hope you stay with me for round 2. Alright. And we've got an easy keep here. 2 Rhymestags again. Just super good. What a rip off the top. That was an insane draw. What the heck? That's like the best possible draw of all time. So all we know is that they're a black deck. Hopefully we can find 1 or 2 more lands here. And hopefully they don't have a removal spell for the Rhymestag. Both of those are ambitious requests, I realize. They do not have a second Defile, at least. That's good. Hopefully they miss their land drop. Oh, they have an Injitsu target. Okay, sure. Sure. We do need to draw a land here. Land me. Okay, so we got to kill his guy. It's not perfectly ideal, but it's a start. And he's missing lands too, but we're about to have Crashing Footfalls come in. We're just going to fire off String of Disappearances on whatever they play here. Easy string. I don't even know if it's worth Moonblading in, because they're going to play their Endling again. And then we just Winter's Rest it and win. Boom. Okay. We made one change to the deck. In case you missed it, we changed out Excavating for another string. All we know is that they're a black deck. I think we'll just run it back. Man, this deck feels so powerful, and I felt really happy with how we drafted it. This type of deck puts me in a great mood, because like we were like weaving back and forth. We stayed mono blue pack 1, and then pack 2 we like hedged, and then pack 3 we got hooked up. 4 Rhyme Stags in 1 pack. Jeez. The Rhyme Stags are actually super important for keeping these Winter's Rests turned on, because we only have 1 snow-covered forest. Man, Crashing Footfalls is also just disgusting. Yep. Okay. Thank you for resizing my window literally every time, Magic Online. I love it. Okay, there's a great hand again. All I need is another backup 2-drop in case this Rhyme Stag dies, but also having the Snow-Covered Forest is a huge asset to this hand. If we were on the play, I don't think we could lose with this hand. Being on the draw, of course, makes it more exciting. Shinobi's not even as good with our Rhyme Stag, because we just want to be playing our Rhyme Stag over and over. We don't even know my opponent's second color yet. Okay, so they're black-green. Okay, Dredgescape Sliver is fine. So there's, I think we're just going to wait. We're just going to Choking Tethers their Dredgescape Sliver this turn, because we really need this Rhyme Stag to survive, and next turn we can Rhyme Stag plus Savage Swipe to kill something. Okay, that's a fine draw. Rhyme Stag, Savage Swipe. Next turn we can Elvish Fury, or we can Winter's Rest plus Elvish Fury. How much does it cost to unearth? Oh gosh, unearthing would be kind of... Actually, unearthing is fine for us, because then we can Winter's Rest this thing. And they're wasting their turn, essentially. They only have 1 card in hand. They mulligan pretty heavily, so they might just do that. If they do go for that, we might just block Dredgescape. Oh, that is a mistake, opponent. That is not what you wanted to do there, I don't think. You at least are supposed to attack with Tempered Sliver. They sent me a chat message. It happens. Oh, gosh. I don't think it's going to matter. But definitely should have attacked there. Could have gotten an extra 2. Okay, that's a great draw. Hey, Jasper. I did just play 2 Chaos Drafts, Jasper. That's why I'm mixing it up. I love Chaos Draft, but I was a little bit sad about the way the last one ended because I got a little unlucky. Okay, so I can bounce the... I think I just attack here. I went 3-0 in my first one, 3-0, 6-0, and then in my second one I went 1-2. But it was pretty unlucky to go 1-2, I'd say, with that deck. Oh, yeah. Or you can just watch them on my YouTube channel, Jasper. I'm going to edit them and stuff, so it'll be much nicer. They are not already on YouTube. I just recorded them earlier today, but they'll be up tomorrow and the day after, probably. I think I'm going to bounce the Changeling Outcast. Just gives me a lot of time. Okay, sure. Azure Smoke Shaper is fine. Oh, that's so awesome. Skull Clamp is sick. We're going to Mana War here. Attack. We know there are 2 of their cards in hand, and neither of those cards is very good here. And then we'll just play our Rhyme Stag, and we can just use our Elvish Fury. We can use Winter's Rest. We can use Elvish Fury with buyback. Oh, man. Okay, hello again, Dredgescape Sliver. So they did not play Changeling Outcast, which means they probably have something. But we are just going to not play around anything. Play Rhyme Stag to trigger this Rhyme Stag. So what could they have? They could have... They can't have a single green spell. They can't have Elvish Fury. They could have Defile. I had just figured out what they had, too. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, man. I'm practicing for Grand Prix Vegas, so I just really want to... How is this still a 4/4? Oh, no, because they canceled. Right. Right. So this will trade off. They'll take 8. Nice. Nice clean win. On to the finals. This guy's streaming right now. I only know this because I was checking some stuff. We're going to keep this hand. It's kind of sketchy, but we have a turn 2 play. We have a string to reset this thing if we want. I wonder how confused he is. And yeah, if you want to watch it from his perspective as well, you can. His Twitch name is G-Man Sokol. But also keep in mind that I don't want to hear anything about his hand or what he's playing or anything like that. So he mulliganed. Forest me. Oh, yes. Sweet, sweet rhyme stag. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. If we draw a ninja, we might play Watcher. Otherwise, we're going to play our rhyme stag and get in for the beats. Oh my gosh, playing against green-black again. Green-black cannot compete with us, unless, of course, they have Hogak. Okay, so they drew 3 cards. Feels bad, man. But they did mulligan, so. Okay. Rhyme stagging it up. So they're playing multiple colors. The black is probably a splash. Frostwalla, eh? We just want the Mana War, I think. We don't want Crashing Footfalls at this point. I might actually just bounce my own Watcher so I can draw my Mana War and... Oh yeah, this is definitely the play. Oh, this is going to be so good. And now bounce the elephant. And now draw my Mana War. Feels good, man. That was a lot of value. That was a lot of value. Now I get to Mana War his other token. And replay my Watcher. Those are the types of plays you got to make if you want to win. So we know 2 of his cards are lands. Probably 3 of his cards are lands, if I'm being honest. Which means 3 spells versus 3 spells. Sure. Them spending mana on that is very good with me. So they played a land that I did not know about. So they still have 2 lands that I have known about. Okay, so we are going to start off with a land. Mana War your elephant. 4. Watcher. Ooh, I think we want the Savage Swipe. That strikes me as quite good here. Unfortunately, we keep drawing lands, which is not good for us. And that was a lot of good spells in a row. I think they have 2 forests in hand, so they might not have a ton of creatures at least. So we might settle into a bit of a stalemate. Crows and Tusker, eh? Spell. Nice. Oh, we get to do the same thing again. So we bounce our own Watcher. Pay 2. Yes. To bounce Crows and Tusker. Get Savage Swipe. Play our Watcher again. Take Savage Swipe. Or String. No, take Savage Swipe. This is sick value. And then Savage Swipe away the Frostwalla. And then attack for 8. And now they're in trouble. Because now they're at 2. They can't play If they play their Crows and Tusker again, then they die. Wow. That is insane value with Watcher for tomorrow. Okay, Rot Widow pack, sure. And we know that they have a forest in hand, so I feel like they're just dead. And we are just going to go for the attack. No, we are not. Huh. If we do go for the attack, yeah, we're going to attack them. Because they'll go eat. They'll eat 2 of our guys. No, they'll, yeah, eat 2 of our guys. And then they will, but we get to draw our Savage Swipe from that. And they also have to chump once. And they're still super low on life. They have to put 2 blockers out. They're cycling the Crows and Tusker to try and do that. They need to find a creature that costs less than 3. Or they just rip that. That's a problem. I need to find another interactive spell. That's a fine draw too. So I know that they don't have a Crowson anymore. I think they played this island. They might still have a snow-covered forest in their hand. Okay, that's not good. But they did shuffle some good spells back into my deck. Okay, yeah, that's not good for me at all. I do get my elephant. Nope. Oh, man, that was a brutal draw. I think I could have won this game if I had... Oh, man, I played this game super well, too. There's just nothing I can do. Nothing I can do sometimes. That's game. Rats. Wow. Well, it happens, but if I hadn't drawn all lands, I would have won. So a little bit frustrating, but not much I can do about it. I mean, yeah. I drew, like, if I'd drawn a Windcaller Raven, or Moonblade Shinobi, or Choking Tethers, or Trumpeting Herd earlier, or Elvish Fury, pretty much anything. I just couldn't get there. Happens. Man, I was making some sick plays, though. That is for sure. Oh, man. Oh, that was so painful. That was painful. Game 3. No, not Game 3. That was Game 2. I was so favored, and I lost. I mean, Game 1. That was Game 1. I was so favored, and I lost. Winds of Abandon is such a stupid card. Oh, man. Hopefully I get a Crashing Footfalls game, just to even things out for the Winds of Abandon. Anyway, bring this in. I would like to play first. I would like to keep. And if I can scry into a Saddled Rhymestag, things are going to be good. This is a pretty good tempo hand if I can hit a 2-drop with the Fairies here. Or even a Moonblade Shinobi. Man. Oh, that was brutal. We played that so well. Just goes to show you can always lose. There's always a chance. And bottom that. We're going to top that. We needed spells. Saddled Rhymestag is still a fine draw on turn 3 because we can use Savage Swipe with it. Okay, so this time they milled Winds of Abandon. That's good. We're going to bounce our own Fairy Seer to get some more scrying in. Okay. So now they play their Chiller Pillar, and we Savage Swipe that. Let's scry away some lands here, shall we? Bottom, we will take a Rhymestag, though. And we will definitely play this land. Oh, man. So they do not have the Chiller Pillar. Pondering Mage is definitely going to get kicked out of the cool club. We have some nice attacks here because we can put 2 snow permanents into play so that this guy can attack past it. So he'll have to trade with a Mana War, and we'll hit him for 4. And knowing they don't have Winds of Abandon really helps me out here. Also, Fairy Seer can chip in, especially with this Elvish Fury. So, yeah, I think we want to save our Elvish Fury. Sure. Land me. Perfect. We have 5/7, or we can just use this twice. So this is game. Unless they have Force of Negation. Boom. On to game 3. We got this. We got this. So we just need Crashing Footfalls. What is that resizing? That one didn't even make sense. So yeah, we could have won game 1. We did win game 2. And now it's on to game 3. The ultimate test. We're keeping this. We do have about 7 good draws. We have like 7 good draws in this deck. Any 2-drop, any Crashing Footfalls for turn 1, a Fairy Seer. So we have about a quarter of our deck. No, actually, yeah, a quarter of our deck right now is a great draw for turn 1 and turn 2. And they are not the fastest deck, so Mana War into Abominable Treefolk could get some work done. Even Island's not the worst, as long as we draw a 2-drop on turn 2. We have decent odds of this to happen. Come on, 2-drop, come on, 2-drop. Yes! Right on time, Rhymestag. I never doubted you for a second. My good friend Rhymestag. Mr. Rhymestag. Okay. This is looking really good for us. We have Abominable Tree Folk. Oh, this is looking really good for us. Oh my gosh, do we have lethal next turn? We have 4, 6, 9. We just have to cast Choking Tethers. Tap 4 creatures. This is 4. Oh no, we did have lethal. We messed it up. Gosh darn it. No, we had lethal. We just were too quick. Because there's no way we lose with this Choking Tethers in our hand. So it didn't matter, but we had lethal on board. Shoot, because we could have tapped this thing. I was thinking we didn't have enough points of damage to get through, but we do. Boom! Heck yes. Heck yes. Got the 3-0. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. If you did enjoy this video and make it all the way till the end, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a hashtag clutch rhyme stag, because that last rhyme stag was clutch. All the rhyme stags were clutch. Clutch rhyme stag. Hashtag clutch rhyme stag in the comment section down below to let me know you made it all the way till the end of the video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button to show your support for the video and the channel, and subscribe to the channel to join our community and get updates whenever I post new content. Check out my Twitch, twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas, if you want to catch all of the action live. Really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time. And now I would like to take one moment to appreciate all of my patrons on patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Thank you to all of my patrons, and especially those of you that support the channel at the credits level or $10 or more per month. It really does help me out a ton, and I appreciate all of your aid. If you would like to become a patron, be sure to check it out at patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. There will be a link to that in the comment section down below and in the description in the pinned comment. Thanks so much to all my patrons. Thank you for watching the video, and I will see you next time.